It's about Mr. Mangala Pinsiri Samaraveera, who had made a statement to the lankacnews.com website that describing this century as Sri Lanka's most disgraceful century ever. And actually, what Mr. Mangala Samaraveera says cannot be accepted because we know that during the war period, we know that from 2005, 23rd November to 28th January 2007, under President Mahinda Rajapaksa, Mr. Mangala Samaraveera, Minister of Foreign Affairs. So at that time, when the war commenced, I advised Sri Lanka Army to inform Mr. Mangala Samaraveera through President Mahinda Rajapaksa, to first inform President Mahinda Rajapaksa and then to Foreign Minister to go to Europe and then get a European Union to ban LTT international assets in the banking industry, in the banks, because the countries at that time in Europe and UK would not do that. So it's just taking arrest banking assets of the LTT in Europe and UK, and accordingly the EU did this to cut off its funding for the operational cost, recurrent cost from the LTT side for the war. And meanwhile, Sri Lanka government's recurrent cost for the war was accordingly supported based on my advice to the army by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. So this role Mr. Mangala Samaraveera did very well during that time. And then actually he at that time he was the foreign affairs minister, but what happened was he was the foreign affairs minister till 2007 28th January. I think thereafter there was like a end to his political role as the foreign minister of foreign affairs, or I think he was not a minister after 2007 28th January, and actually because there was a problem when Mr. Mangala Samaraveera at that time registered, as far as I remember, as regarding his office at the Colombo port being evaluated under the orders of Defence Secretary Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa that time during and after the war to a review, and he said that Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa cannot intervene in his office matters, but he is the person who is in charge because I am the one who advised Sri Lanka Army to look into this matter. So that conflict resulted in the downfall because it proved that Mr. Mangala Samaraveera was not really patriotic enough to, not enough to support our country's affairs. So also this is a major problem, and we know when we look into his other matters, what is important to the controversies around him. The most important controversies in 2019, while being the finance minister, he actually spread hate speech against racist comments about Buddhism and monks. Actually, he could have, criticized monks. Of course, there are major disciplinary problems with the Buddhist monks, but not the Buddhism, because Gautama Buddha's teachings, he cannot, criticize, because Gautama Buddha's teachings are internationally United Nations accepted as one of the 5 major religions, along with the Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and the Judaism. So that proved that Mr. Mangala Samaraveera's, shortcut methods to bring downfall of Sri Lankan state under international diaspora support. And also he criticized Honorable Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit in 2018 for his Cardinal Ranjit's comments about on the human rights, and in 2019, Mr. Mangala Samaraveera blamed Cardinal Ranjit for visiting a Buddhist monk who was fasting. Actually, Mr. Cardinal Ranjit's role taking up the human rights is controversial, and also, his Honorable Cardinal Ranjit's roles in interreligious faith involving the Buddhist monks also controversial, because of course in that way I think Mr. Mangala Samaraveera's criticisms are accepted because Honorable Cardinal Ranjit's comments about human rights, is based on the fact that Christianity is a God-based religion, that the God's rights are more important since Sri Lanka is a Buddhist, following the Gautama Buddha's teachings, and Gautama Buddha, and we know that is not a God. Gautama Buddha is a perfect human being who developed the human brain cells 100% and human mind perfection as a human being, and the cognition process ability to think, with the perfect cognition process development. So, accordingly, the Cardinal Ranjit Malcolm and the backed by the Roman Catholic Church in Vatican and the West Christian and the British Anglican Christian and the American Protestant and the other denomination and the Roman Catholic prominent politicians always promote human rights to the United Nations Human Rights Commission, but it's because they attack Sri Lanka using human rights because Gautama Buddha is a human. But they forget the fact, they ignore the scientifically proven fact that Gautama Buddha, without any chemical laboratory or without any physics laboratory or any nuclear physics laboratory or any biologic laboratory or any microbiology laboratory more than 2,500 years ago, without any laboratory or research, through his intelligence of the human brain, mind, cognition, process development, taught as a teacher, a great teacher of the human civilization, about all these matters which the scientists try to explain with a lot of difficulty even today with the help of these various laboratories. So, in this way, the criticism of attacking Sri Lanka using human rights is based on the Western Christian nations' understanding that Sri Lanka follows a human, like the Gautama Buddha's teachings. Since Gautama Buddha is not a teacher, not a god, as they believe, their belief is towards, is a god, and they follow the god's directions. And God is not a human. So they attack Sri Lanka using human rights on this narrow thinking of a, which they can't prove of a God even, existence of a God, and unbelief, they go with the beliefs and they work without factual scientific eras, this knowledge-based economics requirements. This is the reason. So because of that only, the Cardinal Ranjit Malcolm's Roman Catholic Church in Sri Lanka and the Vatican attacks Sri Lanka based on this human rights. So criticism from Mangala Samaraveera, Mr. Mangala Samaraveera, Cardinal Ranjit in 2018 for commenting on human rights is perfectly accepted. And also Mr. Mangala Samaraveera visiting a fasting monk in 2019, where he became a Honorable Cardinal Ranjit, is accepted because interreligious faith which Mr. Cardinal Ranjit, Honorable Cardinal Ranjit preaches is based on the Roman Catholic, Vatican and Sri Lanka Roman Catholic Church strategy, to promote a division, because Buddhism is not a faith. Buddhism is not based on beliefs. Buddhism is based on, the truth, which is actually the truth refers to the as the human brain grasp the knowledge of the universe, the past, present, and the future. The Gautama Buddha's teachings are not a belief, the correct way, the correct scientific analysis. So, under that concept, teaching, we cannot accept this faith, interreligious faith discussions of the Cardinal Ranjit of the Roman Catholic Church of Sri Lanka and Vatican, because faith is not part of Buddhism. Buddhism is actually hard work, motivation, inspiration, commitment, dedication, and using the brain with humanness, and then developing the one's brain, and then look into the helping others and everybody in the world. So this interreligious faith of Cardinal Ranjit Malcolm is to divide Sri Lanka, since Buddhism cannot be accepted as a faith-based religion. It's not a faith-based religion, it's rather a scientifically truth-based religion. So Mr. Mangala Samaraveera's criticism of including Buddhism into this interfaith dialogue is accepted as good, because that is a strategy to take Buddhism into a blind faith, like the Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, 50% God based part, and then they can have their own religion, but you can't amalgamate Buddhism into an unwanted faith doctrine, since it's not part of our Buddhist Gautama Buddha's teachings. So that is why Mr. Mangala Samaraweera must be accommodated into Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna back as a nationalist MP, because of his, even though he is controversial as far as his personal life, he openly is a homosexual, as President Maithripala admitted through a Twitter, that I would rather be a butterfly than a leech, Mr. President. Right? He tweeted this. In his homophobic comments, by Mr. President Maithripala. So, about Mr. President Maithripala's comments, he wrote that on the Twitter, this comment, that particular Twitter, so message. So, this homosexual, or whether you are a lesbian or a gay or a whatever, those things are not really rejected totally by Gautama Buddha's teaching, because Gautama Buddha's teachings is completely based 100% on the family. Gautama Buddha always said how the wife must look after the husband, how the husband must look after the wife. There are certain procedures which I will discuss later as appropriate, but therefore completely Gautama Buddha's teachings reject this homosexual life, because those are industries that are bringing more negative externalities, as in Keynesian economics, on the person who does it more negative externalities, and also it's a negative externality, second grade negative externality on the society, but the first grade negative externality on the person who does this homosexual type of relationships. So because now when you look at Keynesian economics teachings of negative externalities, I have taught before. It's like someone who has COVID-19 variant, say Delta variant or Alpha variant, going into the society, exposing others into the risk of getting Delta variant or Alpha variant, and then putting a hospitalization bill on them, and then making unnecessary economic cost on others. So here it's external in economics, Keynesian economics, on others. But according to Gautama Buddha's teachings, Gautama Buddha very well said the homosexual life, whether it's a gay, lesbian, or any other type, with even animals or whatever, okay, or any unknown type, other than the normal opposite gender relationship as a husband and wife, are actually this homosexual or any other type of wrong, immoral relationships result in more negative externalities towards the person who does it. Right, first degree negative, right, and then the second degree negative externalities on the society. That's why Gautama Buddha rejected those, right. So, but however, since I think Mangala Samaraweera must be rehabilitated. His mother died in pain because his son was not married at that time. So even President Mahinda helped his mother's treatment in Singapore, even though personally there was anger by Mr. Mangala Samaraweera, President Mahinda at that time. So, but I think still he has to be rehabilitated, Mr. Mangala Samaraweera, and accordingly he must get married to his own choice and have children, and then somehow he must make a family and children, and then he must be brought back into the parliament for his partial role in supporting the country, even though he too had some untoward immoral activities to undermine the country. He must be rehabilitated.